Alright, I'm here. Sorry for the wait. It took forever for me to get something done. Okay, so today, as like an equipment test, because of all this fancy new tech I got, I'm going to be playing the story mode on Sonic Origins. I've beaten all the games, I just haven't done the story mode yet, almost ironically. Alright. Also, for this run in particular, usually I would at least make an attempt to get the Chaos Emeralds. This time I'm not going to, just because, just for the sake of time, I'm not going to try and get the Chaos Emeralds. I'm just going to run through the game. Also, because I kind of hate the special stages in Sonic 1. Special stages in Sonic 1 are pretty terrible. Alright. That was pretty dumb. Alright. Act 3. So, if you've seen my... One moment. If you've seen my video on this game, you already know I don't really like it that much, but I mean, it's part of story mode, so I'm kind of forced to play it, unfortunately. I played through it again recently, when I first got this game. It's kind of strange how I haven't gotten this game yet. Mostly because I already have other ports of these Sonic games on another device, but I kind of wanted to play them on the Switch, because there's no port other than this game of Sonic 3 on the Switch, as far as I know. I'm beginning to wonder if I should review this game, just because, you know, it is a pretty, like, it does have some pretty substantial changes over the original, but I don't know yet. Maybe I'll review it. I said no collections, but I don't know. This feels like a different game, honestly. Not super different, but it's different enough. No idea how I just made that jump. Oh, and I forgot you can't get him in his intro animation. So, hopefully I'll be playing through the entire story mode for this stream. I'm hoping to. Not sure if that's actually going to happen. If I do it fast enough, I should be able to get through it before I need to turn in for the night. Alright, there's the first zone down. Now on to Marble Zone, the world's worst zone. I really do not like Marble Zone. It's consistently irritating. Alright, give me 1 sec. Gonna open my live thing on YouTube, make sure that this is actually going correctly, because this is a test after all. Control room, here we go. Alright, good. For some reason, when I was using monitor audio, I don't know why, but there was some latency on the there was some latency on the audio when I was monitoring it via OBS. Don't know why. It's only happening for me and not for you guys, though, or at least from what I can see. If the streaming quality's poor, I'm sorry. I didn't have enough time to get an Ethernet cable and hook this thing up to my Wi-Fi box. Hope you guys are cool with that. It shouldn't be too bad, though. Currently, I'm assuming if dropped frames is what I think it is. Dropped frames is only sitting at like 0.7 right now, so I think that's good. I'm kind of... I know how to make videos. I'm not super great with streaming. That's why I'm doing this, really, to get better at it. Hopefully a nice multi-hour stream like this one will help me get better at making these live streams. So yeah, so I got some fancy new stuff to play around with here. I'm not sure if the clarity of the audio is noticeably better on YouTube. Maybe it might be because it's a live stream. I don't know if it's noticeably better, but I got a new mic, so it should sound better. It's like an actual legitimate microphone. Believe it or not, somebody recently asked me why they can hear humming in the background of some of my like voice clips in my videos, and that is because I've been using like a headset to record my audio, and I just recently found out headset mics are not the greatest. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. I also got a new capture card. I'm playing this on the Switch. You may have seen my older videos, and the capture quality is not, like, it's not bad, but it's not spectacular either. Like, it's kind of like, my old capture card, like, it claimed to film in, like, 1080p 60, I think. And then it only ended up ever doing, like, 720p 30, really. I hate this zone. Sorry, I'm not super great at playing while talking, but I'm doing my best here. Anyway, so my original capture card only filmed in like 720p 30, and it seemed like it looked really compressed for some reason. Like, I'm pretty sure you could see like those squares you can see in badly compressed videos, and it was kind of irritating. It wasn't like the end of the world or anything. It was just kind of painful to look at, honestly. I looked up an article on like the best capture cards you can get, and the one I have now is like one of the best ones. It's like a NZXT. Not sure. I was always confused about this brand. I'm not sure if you're supposed to pronounce it like Next or like Nzext or something. I don't really know. I'm just gonna say NZXT so I don't offend anybody. Feel free to yell at me in the comments when this video is DVR'd. If I accidentally pronounce it wrong. You know, I'm just gonna call it Next because that's easier. Maybe it's an acronym for something, I don't know. But anyway, I got this nice little capture card by Next brand. And it's pretty awesome. It can record in like 4K 60 FPS, I think. Not 100% sure, not 100% certain about that. I think like for streaming it can record in like 1080p 60 or something. I don't know. Maybe that was just like the pass through. I think it's like it can pass through at 4K 60 and it records at like 1080p 60 or something. Which is cool. I'm perfectly fine with 1080p. I hate it when people complain about 1080p. I think if you have like a really big television, like 4K is like kind of anyway, it's like kind of the way to go. If you have like a really large television, you got to do 4K or 8K. With like smaller televisions though, like I don't see why 1080p is like a huge deal. Like I play games at 1080p on my monitor. Like with my computer that I use for editing. It's not a super powerful computer, so half the time I have to end up playing games at like 720p. Like I don't think it's a huge deal. The most fun is playing the game, obviously, so I don't see why resolution is like a huge problem. It's obviously still like it can be a problem sometimes. If like for something like Hi-Fi Rush or something like that, like I played recently. I played Hi-Fi Rush on a Vega 7 graphics card, and I had to put it on lowest settings and put it at 720p for it to run at 30 frames per second. And I still really like the game. It's probably my favorite game ever at this point. I really like it, really enjoyed it. But resolution can be an issue for that game just because it's a little bit, with all the action and effects, it's a little hard to see the enemies occasionally. But, I mean, I didn't think it was a huge deal, though. I'm not like I don't really point out quality faults like other people do. Like, I'm not a critic, really. I review Sonic games, but, like, that's the extent of it. Maybe I'll critique more games in the future. Right now, though, it's just Sonic games. I have some other videos being planned, so like I'm planning on making a Portal video, like a video on Portal and Portal 2, which is actually what I wanted to do when I first started this channel, because Portal and Portal 2 are like my favorite games of all time. Behind like I don't even know what they're behind anymore. Maybe I should release like a top 10 video games list. Get to know what my favorite games are. Let me tell you though, only a few of those top 10 spots are Sonic games. I like Sonic. I really like Sonic. If I didn't like Sonic, I wouldn't be playing through his entire series of trash. But I don't know. I don't think there aren't too many of his games that would really breach my top 10. Almost all of his games will go in my top 100 though, probably. So like, probably my favorite game of all time is probably, I don't know. It's probably gonna change eventually, but like I think at the moment my favorite game is probably Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania is like peak Sonic. It's definitely the best Sonic game. There is nothing else better. I just really like 2D Sonic, which doesn't really seem to make sense because I didn't grow up in the 90s. I don't know. I always like 2D like pixelated Sonic games. I always thought the pixels looked cool for some reason, like the pixel art and stuff. Like this game, like I don't like Marble Zone, but it looks really cool, I think. Not sure how loud. I know the mic that I have now is really sensitive, so obviously you can hear my voice. I'm beginning to wonder if you can hear like my button tapping. You probably can't hear my button tapping, can you? Oh well, that works. Wait, hold on. These are semi-saw? These? No, they're not. What's going on? Okay, there we go. many viewers are even on this video right now? I'm kind of trying. I can. The most I can do right now is kind of like 2 things at once. So I'm talking and playing the game at the same time. That's about the extent of it. I'm gonna have to like. Gonna have to like stop playing the game to see how many viewers I have. Oh. I'm gonna go through the secret passage, and I'm gonna tell you guys about something funny, kind of funny. So when I found this secret passage, when I first played this game when I was like 7, I played it on like a Kindle or something with touch controls, and somehow still managed to beat it. It was quite interesting. So when I found that passage, I got like an achievement or something like that on like Kindle. I forget what it's called now. I think it's like Kindle Game Circle or something. I forget exactly what it's called. Kindle Game Circle. I don't think it ever became like a big thing. Like Amazon expected it, I think, or maybe Amazon didn't expect it to. I don't really know. I'm not a huge Amazon guy, but like Game Circle was like kind of like their attempt at like Google Play games, kind of. I don't think it exists anymore. Why do I keep falling off this edge? Come on, Ring. Come back down. I don't think Game Circle exists anymore. I think it's been extinct for like maybe 10 years? It's been around for a long time. Well, no. I don't think it was out for too long, actually. I don't know how long it was out for exactly, but... My goodness, stop falling. Maybe I just hate this zone because I'm bad at it, but like, it's still not super fun, even if I am bad at it. And I know that for a fact. I would argue if you don't, like, if you think this zone is, like, actually legitimately a great zone, or even really a good zone, well, maybe not a good zone. If you think this is a great zone, I would argue that you don't know what makes Sonic great, honestly. Or maybe you just really like classic Sonic like me. Okay, please go through here this time. Okay, here we go. 15 billionth attempt. Okay, okay, that was dumb. Come on. Forgot there was a spike there. Yeah, this mic is really sensitive. I'm almost positive now you can hear the button presses. Like, well, maybe the music of the game's blocking it out. But, like, I know it's super sensitive. Are you kidding me right now? Those spikes there are pretty awful. Like, that's just... Well, I guess it's not poor game design. Forces you to think, I guess. But I don't really like thinking all that much when I play video games, unless it's, like, Portal, so... Or maybe it's just an annoying level element that they thought would be funny. Okay, there we go. My goodness. Oh, no, no! Look at me, slipping things up. This never happens. I'm telling you guys, this never happens, okay? I promise you, this doesn't happen usually. Okay. I still need to beat the boss rush on this game. That's the one thing I thought was cool about this, that you could play the boss rush. I don't know why, but like in the original game, I always thought like the bosses were like the coolest thing ever. And like, well, not this game's bosses. This game's bosses are good, not spectacular. I'm thinking of the Sonic 2 bosses, actually. The Sonic 2 bosses are great. I remember really wanting a boss rush for the Sonic 2 bosses. Alright, Spring Yard. The one zone aside from Green Hill in this game that's actually okay. Even this zone has its faults, though. I didn't even think about... I can't remember if I mentioned this when I made my video on this game, but these platforms that move up and down like this, these are awful. Like, they are terrible. They just slow you down a bunch for like no reason. Like, I really do not understand the point of this. Maybe as like an elevator, but they want to make the elevator challenging to go down. But I mean, I don't understand the point of that. Why not just make it an elevator? Like in Casino Night Zone in Sonic 2. Well, then maybe they just want to make it a platforming section. Well, then half the platforming sections in newer Sonic games are speedy, like you're supposed to like run through them. Why is this one so slow? It's not even really platforming, it's just kind of walking between platforms. It's really not even a challenge, honestly. If you die to that, it's a fluke. Like, if you actually die to this, it's not... Like, it's literally just a fluke. Like, this section is not challenging, so I really do not understand the point of it. Like, why is it included? There are a lot of game elements in games that I don't understand the inclusion of, actually. Like, I actually kind of like this spike section. My goodness, I missed that. I kind of like those spike sections in Spring Yard Zone. Sometimes they get a little bit long, but I do like them because they are, like, they're speedy and they're challenging. They make you, like once you get the platforming really precise, you can very easily, like, run right through them. And it's just really satisfying. But it takes forever to get the platforming down, though. I think I was talking about the mic earlier. This mic picks up on everything. Like, literally everything. Like, I could, like, if I tap the table that I'm sitting next to, like, I'm almost positive you guys can hear it. Hold on, let me check. I'm, like, lightly tapping the table, and it's like, coming up on OBS is, like, really loud. I'm not very close to the mic, either. I'm, like... My face is... Like, me talking, I'm, like, a foot away from the mic. My face is, like, a foot away from the mic. I hate these things. You see, the problem with those enemies that I just defeated... Like, I think the point of them is, like, you're supposed to spin dash them. Well, the problem is, like, there's not really any room to spin dash. They're covering up, like, the entire platform, and the platform's really small anyway. Like this one. Yeah, these guys. So, like, I guess you're supposed to spin dash them. Let's see what happens if I spin dash. Okay, so I don't die. But, you know, it's still kind of irritating when there's, like, a platform like that. Let's see if I can get this shield here. I can't wait to move on to Sonic CD. Sonic CD is a great game. I disabled my sound monitor. My original idea was I would just I'd turn on the sound monitor and just put on headphones and listen to the game audio like that, because I don't want the game audio to be echoing through the through the speaker, because that would be really irritating for the people watching this. But it's so, like, it's so off for some reason. Like, the sound is, like, at least a second off. Like, it's actually kind of irritating. I don't know why it's like that. Because I just checked the stream. I don't think the audio is off on the stream. Maybe it is. I don't think it is, but maybe it is. If you guys are having issues, then let me know after the stream, and I'll work really hard figuring out how to fix it. And the dropped frames counter is at 2,357. I'm assuming that means, like dropping frames of the video for the stream because of the Wi-Fi. Because, like, the Wi-Fi probably, like, died for 2 seconds, and then we lost, like, a bunch of frames. I remember coming down here, and, like, it went from, like, it was, like, it started at poor Wi-Fi. So, like, I came down here, and it was, like, it started at excellent Wi-Fi, and then, like, the Wi-Fi went down, and, like, for 5 seconds, like, dropped frames were just being added to the thing, like, by, like, the 1,000. Well, by the 100, actually. And then, like, after, like, 3 seconds of it just adding a bunch of that, or whatever the amount of time I said earlier, after a small amount of time of it doing that, all of a sudden it, like, magically just went back up to, like, excellent quality again. Wi-Fi is, I think I have like 50. I wasn't supposed to go down here, wasn't I? Nope. Okay. 50. I think I have like 50 megabit Wi-Fi, but it's kind of inconsistent Wi-Fi. So I mean, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. It kind of depends on the situation. That's why I really think I should have plugged in that Ethernet cable, but of course I wanted to save time. I didn't want to keep you guys waiting. I had this stream up for like an hour of it just like looping the Green Hill Zone song for like, I don't even know how long it was. Was it like an hour? I think it was like an hour. I had it looping. Since I have the sound off because of latency, I guess, I don't know when this I don't know when this invincibility is gonna end. Okay, there we go. It just ended. All right, great. All right. Oh, I wasn't paying attention for like 2 seconds. Come on. There we go. I was just watching the something about Sonic the Hedgehog video by I think he's Terminal Montage. I thought it was really cool how just recently he got like, I think he got like official permission from Sega to make, or like an official like promotion from Sega to like make a something about Shadow the Hedgehog video. So I had seen some of his videos before, but I'd never actually subscribed to his channel. But then I got the something about Shadow the Hedgehog video in my Sega newsletter. So I thought that was really, I thought that was really cool. How it's like an actual like official thing. At first I didn't know if it was official or not, but then I saw the rest of the video and looked in the description. It's like, yeah, it's official. I don't think Sega would have put it in the newsletter if it wasn't official. I think that's like, I mean, his something about series is like trademarked, I think. I think it would be like, I don't know. I think that would be like illegal promotion without permission or something. I don't know, something like that. I don't know if my voice is gonna be any clearer with this new microphone, like during this stream, just because it's a stream. What was that? Like, he went like precisely down the 1 block. I don't know if my voice is gonna be any clearer during the stream. It might be more clear during like actual videos because streams have like variable quality depending on your internet. But the mic, I think streaming's gotten a lot better than it has been. I think originally like streaming was like somewhat difficult to do. Now like it's really easy. Anybody can just go onto YouTube and like press a button. I think nowadays you need like 10 megabit Wi-Fi for like decent stream, like okay streaming, and then you need like consistent 10 megabit Wi-Fi, and then you need like if you want like really crazy stream. I don't have any rings, do I? If you want like really crazy streaming, you need like that's the other thing. I had something like I'm seriously thinking about doing a video on like YouTube ads because they're actually like really obnoxious. Kind of like me dying repeatedly. Look, I'm telling you guys, this never happens, okay? It's literally just because I'm streaming. I'm telling you. Okay, so I keep getting this. Maybe you guys have gotten this ad before too, but like I keep getting this one advertisement in what's it called? I keep getting this one advertisement in my recommended, I guess. I don't know. I know what like I know like what the recommended thing is, but like I don't know if the ad is considered to be part of the recommended or if it's just like a promotion on the side. I don't really know. But anyway, I'll just say I got an ad in my recommended, and it's like I keep getting it over and over again, and it's like fiber it's like fiber network advertisement. Those are like on YouTube a ton recently. And it's an ad for like I thought it was like 7 gigabit Wi-Fi or something. And I was like, it's absolutely driving me crazy because like my Wi-Fi is like 50 megabit. And I don't even know if the streaming quality is very good right now, so it's actually driving me absolutely insane. It's like 7 gigabit Wi-Fi. It's like if you have 7 gigabit Wi-Fi, you better hope that's consistent, because if you have 7 gigabit Wi-Fi and there's like stuttering during your stream, like I would want my money back, because like, you know what, now that I think about it, how would 7 megabit Wi-Fi even work? Because like, aren't there like Wi-Fi cards in computers that like only allow you to connect to up to like a certain like speed of Wi-Fi? Like, I'm pretty sure my computer can only connect to like 50 megabit. I think it can only like intake up to like 500 megabit Wi-Fi. Like, I don't even think it would be able to upload, download 7 gigabit Wi-Fi. So what would the point be, other than like maybe bandwidth? Wonder how good the bandwidth is on that Wi-Fi. Oh, Labyrinth Zone. I despise Labyrinth Zone. I played through this game recently thinking maybe it's better than I remember it. No, it's still pretty bad. And I'm not paying attention to these guys because I'm talking, so... Oh, goodness. I'm getting hit by so many things that I've never even gotten hit by before. Well, maybe I did when I was like 7 and played this game. Alright. No. That's the other thing irritating about this game. The bubble system. The bubble system would be kinda okay if you didn't have to use it as often. But like, you have to use it all the time to make sure you don't drown. Like, I think at most, you should only have to get a bubble like once or twice per level to not like break the pacing. Like, the whole bubble system could be forgivable if it was like Hydrocity Zone and the level was like still really fast despite being underwater, and like the pacing isn't destroyed because of the water system. But like this zone is not fast at all. Like at all. This is like the slowest zone in the entire game, and every time I have to play through it, it frustrates me. I don't know why. The last time I played this zone, I spent forever on the boss at the end. I just don't know why. Like, the boss is not that hard. If 7-year-old me can beat that boss, then, like, I don't know what happens, like... Okay, no, okay, that's a crush death. Okay, never mind. Okay, does this start... Okay, there's no checkpoint. Great, so I'm starting from the beginning. I think it's cool how in this game, you can, like... There are a lot of things I think are cool about this game. I like how, when you save your game, I like how it starts you off from the last checkpoint, as opposed to just the last level, or last act. Or last zone, sorry. Not last level, last zone. But, like, at the same time, like, I kind of wish you could turn it off. Or, like, I at least, like, I understand why people would wish you could turn it off, because, like, I mean, while it is cool, like, some people want the classic experience. And to be perfectly honest, classic mode in this game is not, like... It's basically just the regular game, just, like, cropped. So I don't really understand the point of it that much. It's just the regular game, but, like, cropped to 4:3. It actually kind of feels pointless. And it's not like a... I don't even think it's, like... I haven't personally tried it yet, but I'm pretty sure Sonic still has a spin dash in Sonic 1, so I don't really understand why they went out of their way to make a classic mode if they're not actually going to make it classic. Plus, this Anniversary Edition is technically a remake, I think. Like, even like even just putting like a ROM of the original Sonic the Hedgehog into the game and making that like making an emulated version of that like the classic mode. Like even just doing that would be better than what it already is. At this point, really the only thing you're getting from classic mode in this game is the fact that you still have lives in classic mode, and that just feels like kind of like I see the attempt, but like why is it here? But yeah, classic mode just feels kind of pointless. Like if you're gonna make a classic experience, then make a classic experience, but that's not a classic experience. Oh goodness. Come on, come on. There we go. But yeah, something about Sonic the Hedgehog terminal montages video. That video is amazing. All of his videos are really awesome. Most of them are pretty awesome. I haven't seen all of them. You know, for a labyrinth, this place is pretty linear. Although I guess that's a good thing because we don't want Labyrinth Zone to be the next Blue Marine Zone. Oh man, Blue Marine Zone. I have to play that zone for like Sonic Blast. I have only heard horror stories about that zone. I really don't want to play it. If it's enough to make like Nathaniel Bandy almost quit playing the game, then like it can't be good. Maybe it's not as bad as people say, but I don't know. I doubt it. All I remember is I watched a straight to the point video on it, and this guy like, and the guy who made the video said that like there's like a checkpoint, but only at like the very end of the level, which seems like just why? Like that just seems like proof that there was no effort put into the game. Like even like the pre-rendered characters in the game, they just look ugly. Like I haven't played the game yet, but I've seen like a bunch of screenshots and I've watched gameplay footage and stuff. Like all the pre-rendered stuff, why was there even an attempt? Like it just looks ugly and it slows the game down like a ton. That's probably exactly what I'm gonna say when I actually make my review of the game. Oh man. And I forgot to jump. My throat's already getting sore. I'm probably gonna have to keep this up for like another 3 hours, so. Oh my goodness, why is it going so long? Sonic 2 is not gonna take very long at all though. I know that. Sonic 3 though, like, I'm probably gonna have to stop at Sonic 3 because Sonic 3 is gonna take a long time. So yeah, I'm so used to using cheap capture cards. I accidentally got an HDMI splitter when I actually didn't need it, and it turns out this capture card I got already has an output HDMI port. So that was an accident, but I'm probably not going to return it just because it might have some kind of use. And it's always good to have tech equipment. Spare tech equipment. Like, it's always good to have spare tech stuff. Sometime after I make this, I need to look up a video on how you actually beat these special stages. Like the special stages in Sonic 1. I legitimately have no idea how you're even supposed to beat them. I mean, I guess I do know how you're supposed to beat them, but like, how do you beat them? Like I know like how you're supposed to beat them, but like how do you beat them? If someone has actually played through this entire game, for all the people who have actually like beaten this game, and like collected all the Chaos Emeralds, like struggled through collecting all the Chaos Emeralds. I like actually applaud your efforts. Like that's amazing. I I have never actually collected all the Chaos Emeralds for this game. I never bothered to. I didn't see the point in it. There's no extra zone. There's no real reward, honestly. You get to be invincible for free in the levels. The only reason I got Supersonic in Sonic 2 is because admittedly being invincible in the levels is fun, and also because like you get you kind of get a different ending, and like also the special stages are a little bit easier, so I figured, you know what, I may as well do them. Works for me. That was stupid. Alright, I'm just gonna run through as much of this as I can while I'm invincible. Oh, you know, I didn't think about this. After you're done, after invincibility is over, like, does your, like, breath start at max, like, does your air start at maximum? Or does it, like, or is it whatever, however long you had the invincibility for? Okay. Rings. Been thinking, either, after I play through all the Sonic games, I either need to play through all the, Mario games, or I need to, like, rank the Sonic TV shows. Honestly, though, I don't think I have the patience to watch all the Sonic TV shows. I'm more of a video game person. I am not a huge movie and TV show guy. At all. There are select things I enjoy watching every now and then. And sometimes when I'm in, like, if I'm, like, really bored of video games, then I'll watch a movie. Like, movies and TV shows are, like, a last resort to me, really. They're really nothing else. They just kind of exist. There are some TV shows I like, though. Like, I mean, I thought Sonic Prime was pretty good. Season 3 was awful, though. Like, that is not how you end a series. I actually don't know how you end a series like that. Like, that was, like, the most aggravating ending ever. Because it wasn't an ending. Like, it left us on, like, an open ending, and then, like, and then the creators were kind of like, yeah, that's the last season. It's all done. And then, of course, I have to torture myself listening to other YouTubers claiming that a 4th season is on the way. Believe me, if I had a penny for every time a YouTuber said something was going to happen and it didn't happen, I'd be like a millionaire by now. Oh, come on. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Okay, well, I'm dead. For some reason, I always used to think that if you had this shield, then you would have, like, infinite air underwater. Well, no. Actually, I learned the hard way. I'm just resorting to getting one bubble from every single thing, because otherwise I'll probably drown when I go up there again. As it is, I need to hurry. Oh, there's a bubble. Okay. Gotta love it when bubbles clip through the ground. Oh, I did think you could hear the buttons, but now that I'm looking at it, they're not coming up on the audio. Maybe not everything comes up on OBS audio. I don't know. That's okay. I think so far the only thing that I haven't liked about Sonic Origins is the input lag. Well, at least it might be Sonic Origins. For some reason, when I played it with like a Bluetooth controller the other day when I was playing it, for whatever reason, there was just like randomly the controller would basically just like lose connection, and it's like I'd have to like press pause and then unpause for the controller to actually not lag anymore. I'm beginning to wonder if that's a Sonic Origins thing or if that's just a Nintendo Switch thing, because the Nintendo Switch, I like it, but it has some issues. Like, although all things considered, it's definitely like the best handheld. I would argue even better than the Steam Deck, really. Power isn't everything. Why didn't I do a spin ball when I... Huh. Oh, come on. No, not now. Please be close to the surface. Oh, okay, there we go. I'm playing on like a massive television and like looking up at it, so it's a little bit hard to see the top. Maybe that's why I'm making this many mistakes. I always hate looking up at stuff. We have like a local theater, but I'm pretty sure like there are theaters like this at like AMC as well. I've gone to 2 theaters in a row now, where like there are some theaters in them where like you literally have to like look up at the screen, and that just breaks my neck after a long time. Like, I mean, I guess all things considered, like the good thing is you actually got to see the movie, but like it's still like broken necks are no joke. Like, it's not fun. Okay, now for the worst boss in the entire game. I said I took a long time on this earlier, didn't I? Have I said that already? Have I not said that? No, I think I said that already. Come on. I hate the spears so much. I think the reason I took so long on this last time was because I thought the point was you're supposed to hit Eggman. Then I realized, no, hitting him is kind of just optional. The main thing is you have to get to the top, and that's pretty much it. But I thought it was like infinite until like you actually destroyed Eggman. So it took forever because I was just focusing on speed and making lots of dumb mistakes where I would just hit the spears repeatedly, and it just was not fun. Okay, Starlight Zone. So last time I played this, for some reason, maybe it's because I took the high route and didn't just like fling myself forward without jumping. For some reason, I beat each level in like 2 minutes each. No deaths or anything, like just beat them. And like, It's kind of weird because I specifically remember dying like several times to the bottomless pits in this level for my review video. You know what, now that I think about it, maybe it's because the fans actually work in this version of the game. Like in the original version, I don't even think the fans, like, I don't remember a fan in this level blowing at all. Maybe some did, but like I don't remember any doing that. Maybe that's just me though. Or maybe they just kind of work when they want to. You know, like half the things in Sonic the Hedgehog. Okay. Wait, what was that? No, that's impossible. I don't remember the drop dash being that powerful. Like, I like the drop dash, but like, it's not super helpful. That's the other thing. Why are there two signposts? I do not remember there being two signposts in the original. Maybe there were, and I just don't remember them, but I don't remember that. Alright, Act 2. Here we go. The other day, I got Team Sonic Racing. Not Team Sonic Racing. Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed and Sonic and All-Stars Racing on PC. Just because I do have them on Wii U, but just recording it on my computer is easier than recording it on a console because I need to set up a capture card and that takes forever. I record all my own gameplay footage. So, if anybody who is watching these videos thinks that like I have uncredited long play archive footage in my videos, no, I do all my own footage. If there was like footage in my videos that wasn't mine, I would credit it. Forgot how many item boxes there are up here. My goodness. Yeah, I do not remember this stage being this easy. Oh, I have nightmares from this stage. Why is it all of a sudden so easy? I didn't even think about this for some reason. For like the longest time. Is that special stage ring? Is that pre-rendered? I didn't even think about that. It looks pre-rendered. Like it looks like a 3D model that they like compressed for the cartridge. I never understood how pre-rendered models could fit on cartridges. Maybe they're a lot smaller than I think they are, or at least like back then they were a lot smaller. But like, I always thought like pre-rendered images, even like one was huge. Even if it's like pixel art or something. I guess if they're gonna do it for like compression reasons, I guess it's kind of like like Sega cartridges 101 to like import them at the same resolution as they're drawn at. So like instead of pixel art being like a like I know a lot of pixel art you can find online, like obviously the image, like the pixels are not actually like the pixels in the image, if that makes sense. Like the each individual, even if it's like pixel art, each individual pixel is actually made up of multiple pixels in the image. So you'll have like a so like you could have like a 32 by 32 pixel art actually be like 1,000 by 1,000 pixels. They probably did on the Sega Genesis though. They were probably like exact resolution, just to save space, obviously. I recently, like, if you've seen my 3D Blast video, you'll know I recently got into watching Game Hut and Coding Secrets videos, and like it just like astounds me. And there goes latency. Hold on, there we go. It just kind of like shocks me how much they did to like to get these games optimized, like fit on the cartridge and stuff like that. I just think it's really cool. I think modern game developers could take a lesson or two from John Burton, because like games these days are like massive. Like even like Sonic games. Well, no, I think Sonic games, out of all of them, Sonic games are like some of the more compressed games. Like even Sonic Frontiers, which is supposed to be like, I hate to say like a AAA Sonic game, but like basically it was supposed to be like a really good looking Sonic game, which by the way, it does not look spectacular. I'll talk about that in my Sonic Frontiers review video. I always thought that like graphics, if you were playing it on like an Xbox One, are like a major downgrade from like PC or PS5. Well, no, not really. Like it doesn't look spectacular on either console or PC for that matter. Sonic Frontiers just does not look that like it. People like online when they're reviewing the game, they always talk about how like great it looks. I just don't think it looks that great. Like it looks like a Sonic game, yeah. Like maybe like not like Forces, but like similar graphical quality to Forces, but I would almost say that Forces looks better, honestly. Because like Frontiers, it almost looks like they just took like a mega scan of a bunch of landscapes and they just mashed them together. Like Breath of the Wild, but they didn't create their own landscapes. They just kind of took a mega scan. In fact, now that I think about it, that's probably exactly what they did. Seems kind of pointless because the landscapes do not fit with Sonic the Hedgehog at all. Like it just doesn't look spectacular. Because like we have these really realistic landscapes. Well, not super realistic. Somewhat, well, trying to be somewhat realistic landscapes. And then we have Sonic the Hedgehog, and what just happened? I just never thought it looked spectacular. I don't know. Maybe that's a hot take. Like from like the cinematic trailer that first came out, I remember watching the cinematic trailer and thinking that this was going to be like the greatest Sonic game of all time. Well, no. I mean, it's okay. It's not super great. It's not anywhere past a 7 out of 10. When it first came out, I wasn't really observing it all that carefully. I just played through the game, and I thought, what are the critics thinking? Like, it's obviously a 9 out of 10 game. No, it's not a 9 out of 10 game, trust me. It's like a 7 out of 10 game. Like, it's okay to go away from the crowd. Like, it's okay to have your own opinion. Like, half the people, like, just because you're a Sonic fan does not mean you have to like Sonic Frontiers. But I think that's what, like, half people do online. It's kind of like, oh, well, you know, if I don't like Sonic Frontiers, I won't be accepted as a true Sonic fan. I don't know, or something like that. Well, spoiler alert, Blaze Hedgehog doesn't like Sonic Frontiers that much, and he's one of the greatest Sonic fans ever, so... I never wrap my head around how Blaze Hedgehog is like one of the best Sonic YouTubers, and like he only has like 16,000 subscribers or something like that. I never wrap my head around that. I figured if anything he'd have like 1 million or even like 100,000 or something like that. I don't know. His videos are very underrated then. His content is extremely underrated. I highly recommend you check out his channel. If you like my stuff, You'll probably like his stuff. Well, if you're into like long, like I hate to say essay style videos. I guess his videos are more like edutainment. Well, at the same time, they're not really meant to entertain, really. Most of his videos are like, I guess, essays. Which is cool. I like that. I like his videos. I like really long. I like really long videos. Like, I watched, what's the video called? The Tragic Demise of Plants vs. Zombies by Danarade. That video is pretty good. And it's like 3 hours long or something. Or, I watched the entire Low Art, Archie Sonic series. I want to watch his Mega Man video. I never thought he would make a video on the Mega Man comics. I'm really happy he did, because now the Mega Man comics will get a bunch of positive publicity that they deserve. I remember, like, reading the Mega Man comics. I would check them out on, like, Hoopla. Not sure if anybody's really heard of Hoopla. If you like the library, you've probably heard of Hoopla. It's like a digital library app where, like, it's kind of hard to explain, honestly. It's like a library app where you can check things out digitally with like a library card. So like it's like a digital library, basically. If you have a library card and you go to a library that like pays for Hoopla, then you can like check stuff out on there. And they have like a bunch of cool stuff on there. But for a while they just recently removed it, to my shock, or at least I think they did. They used to have like the entire Archie Mega Man series, which I thought was really funny, because like they don't have any of the Archie Sonic comics, but ironically enough, they have like the Mega Man plus Sonic Worlds Unite comics and Worlds Collide comics, or at least they used to have them. Alright, well, at least if I die here, because it won't give me a stupid air bubble. Alright, there we go. I have a checkpoint at least. Scrap Brain is like a combination of everything bad about this game. Especially the water level. The water level is just, like, miserable, honestly. Like, again, like, if you legitimately think that these levels are fun, I don't know, like... I don't know. I don't think they're that fun. But, I mean, you're entitled to your opinion. That's the other thing. I don't think I've ever made this really clear. This channel is meant for, like, me to share my opinions. Like, I'm just sharing my opinions on games. I think, like, I don't know why, but it feels like whenever you go on to, like, it's okay if you like a Sonic game, even if I don't, or if, like, some other popular YouTuber doesn't like a Sonic game. Like, it's okay if you still like it. Like, I used to think, like, I had a lot of friends who, like, who will, like, get their opinions from, like, the internet, and, like, they'll like, originally really like something, but then, like, all of a sudden, if, like, a popular YouTuber doesn't like it anymore, well, then they don't like it anymore for the same reasons. It's kind of like, I don't want people who watch my videos to, like, get opinions from me. If you already think the same thing, fine, but, like, I'm simply pointing out what I don't like about the game. Like if you like if you like Sonic the Hedgehog 1, I don't care. Like it's fine. I don't think you're a bad person for liking Sonic 1. Maybe some other YouTubers do, but like I don't, at least. I think people should have their own opinions and they shouldn't get them from YouTube. Although I will admit I fall into that trap sometimes, occasionally. With trying to think, when was the last time it happened? Really with something like Sonic 06. Like, Sonic 06, everybody on YouTube hates that game. Everybody. Nobody likes it. I saw a video recently of, like, a guy, like, kind of stepping up and saying, well, like, he's always liked Sonic 06. And you know what? That's fine. I can respect that. You are not, like, a lesser human being if you like Sonic 06. I'm not gonna say I like Sonic 06, but I played it recently, and I don't really think it's awful. Like, yes, it's buggy, but I can see like what Sega wanted it to be. Like, it's definitely unfinished though, and I think that's like its biggest problem. But some of the other things, like, I think people are just bad at Sonic, and that's why they hate the game. Maybe, I don't know. Like, if you say you can't beat X level in that game, I don't think, like, I'm trying to think, what's the one level? Like, White Acropolis. Lots of people don't like White Acropolis. I didn't think it was that hard, honestly. Like, you should save that kind of, like, hard level criticism for something like Eggman Land in Sonic Unleashed. This is not my final opinion, because I haven't actually played Eggman Land yet. I've played a bunch of Sonic Unleashed, I just never finished it. I've heard Eggman Land is miserable, though. I never understood why, like, literally everybody loves Sonic Unleashed. Like, I like it. I don't love it. Like, it's not like a, it's not spectacular. Like, yes, the, I don't even think I would say it's, like, even an 8 out of 10, honestly. Like, maybe it's an 8 out of 10. I don't know. But, like, it's just kind of, like, it's kind of weird for me, because at one point, like, the daytime stages are really fun, but at the same time, they're kind of, like, not worth the effort that the game forces you to do in the nighttime stages. Because, like, the nighttime stages are, like, they're, like, 30 minutes long each. Like, they're terrible. Like, they're really long for no reason. And that's just what really kills the game for me, I think. And I hate this section of Scrap Brain Zone because, yeah, I really despise this section because there's, like, not enough air for a short period of time. So, like, you end up dying for no reason if you're not fast enough. You gotta basically, like, zoom through this one section. No, that's not what I meant to do. And even then, like, if you do it accidentally too slowly, then you can still end up dying. Because these generators only summon breathable bubbles when they want to. There we go. That was close. That's the other thing. I don't like bubble generators in this game. Because, like, they only ever seem to generate bubbles when when they want to. Like, if I were designing a game, I would say that, like, a bubble generator should generate a bubble every 5 seconds. So like, well, maybe not every 5 seconds. That seems a little long. Maybe like a little less than every 5 seconds. Because like, if someone's frantically trying to get a bubble, and your bubble generator only like emits a bubble every like 10 seconds, then like it's gonna be really irritating. And I just died. Again. Okay. Here we go again. Oh, just wait till we get to Sonic 2. I actually like Sonic 2. Sonic 2 is like... It might be my favorite Sonic game, actually. Not sure, but might be. I think I've already said this, but I'm not going to bother getting the Chaos Emeralds in this game. Why? I'm not going to bother getting Chaos Emeralds in any of the games or Time Stones in Sonic CD because time and special stages are awful. I hate how the I hate how that like siren light, I guess it is. I hate how it seems that light has like a hitbox, like, so you can accidentally like crash into it when you're trying to hop off the piston. I guess the idea is like you're not supposed to get on the piston in the first place, but like it's still irritating. And I'm dying like too many unnecessary deaths. So a little trick I figured out for this boss is, so the one move where like the two pistons in the middle, one on the ceiling, one on the floor, the two pistons in the very middle, when they go when they try to crush you, if you're on the right side and you jump into the first piston because you think Eggman's if you're on the right side, if you're over here and you try to jump into this pit, in fact I'll do it right now. Yeah, you do that. So like if you're on the right side and you try to jump into the right piston, but Eggman's not actually in there, you can do a drop dash and instantly slam into the other piston as well. So there you go, there's a little tip. The funny thing is, the first time I started doing it, I was doing it by accident. What was that? Are you kidding me? Okay, let's do this again. Why is this taking me so long? Usually I can knock this out in like one attempt. Like this is taking an unnecessary amount of time. Just because I'm streaming, it's probably going to take me twice as long to beat these games than usual. It's kind of hard to believe that in the original version of this game there was no spin dash. Like, how did people survive? Like, there was no spin dash in this game? That's crazy. Like, I almost don't believe them. Like, how is there no spin dash? Like, you don't really think of Sonic without the spin dash. Like, Sonic and spin dash are like part of one identity. Like, you don't really think of Sonic not having a spin dash. It's kind of like, how did you ever beat this game? I mean, I guess I beat the original with no spin dash, but, you know, still. The spin dash is definitely something that needed to be added to this. Okay. Oh. There we go. Come on. Okay. Oh, did I get him twice? No. I don't have any sound, so I can't hear if I got him twice. Like, you guys can hear the sound, obviously, but I turned off the sound because there's too much latency. For me. I don't know why. Because there's no latency on the actual stream. Maybe it's just an OBS thing. Because if I look over to OBS, I have my computer sitting right next to me. I'm playing the game on a television. I'm playing and watching the stream viewer on my computer. It looks like OBS is lagging a little bit. Maybe, I don't know. Like it looks like it's dropping some frames for space, I guess. I don't know. And there's one game down now for the rest of them. Man, that took forever. Okay, come on. I hate how you can't skip the credits. I mean, if I'm just playing this game, they're fine. Like I don't really care about them that much if I'm just playing this game, but if you're playing all 4 games in a row, then it's irritating because you just want to move on. Oh, man. I'm gonna turn up the bitrate. It's saying my bitrate's too low. Let's see if this causes lag. Oh man, if this causes lag, it's gonna be bad. Okay, here we go. Recommended bitrate is 6,800. Okay, let's try that. Apply. Please work. Yeah, it's only reaching like... Oh, never mind. Nope. Yeah, I didn't think it would work too well. Rats. Alright, well, worth a shot. Gonna turn it back down to 2,500. It doesn't need to be this high. And besides, it's probably making my stream lag. Okay, apply. Okay, there we go. Now it should run more consistently. Yeah, it's like dropping frames like crazy because of the bitrate. Alright. Palm Tree Panic. This was like the first Sonic game I ever played, technically. Well, actually, technically Sonic Generations was the first Sonic game I ever played. I think. I didn't really play Sonic Generations that much, though. Oh. There's Amy. Where'd she go? So I can't hear the audio at the moment. Is it playing the American soundtrack or the Japanese soundtrack? I have it set to the Japanese soundtrack. And I personally think the Japanese soundtrack's better. But I don't really have a preference for soundtrack. Either one's good. I think the Japanese soundtrack is better for like a Sonic game, but I don't know. When I used to play this game, I used to play it with the American soundtrack. And that's what it was automatically set to anyway, so. I forgot that was Zone 2 for a second. Not Zone 2, Act 2. I don't understand why it says Zone 2. Technically, it's Act 2, I think. Yes, because it says... Oh, wait, no. Technically, it says Palm Tree Panic, Act... Or, sorry, it says Zone 3. Even on, like, the title card. Still says Zone. Don't know why it's Act. Alright. I don't understand why they still haven't fixed this boss. Like, he's just so easy to destroy from behind. Like, why have they not fixed him? Oh, and I missed it. Why did... Alright, I'm gonna see what soundtrack this is, because it's actually driving me a little crazy. Alright, it is the Japanese soundtrack. Alright. I really like the Japanese soundtrack. I do think the American soundtrack's a little bit underrated, though. I feel like if there's a soundtrack that people don't like, it's the American one. Like, it's not the Japanese one. People like the Japanese one. It's the American one. You really can't, like, hate either of them, though. Like, they're both good. I mean, I guess you could not like the American one. But I think the American one's good. I don't know why people think it's bad. I think it's... I really like it, honestly. But, I mean, I've already made a video on this, so... Maybe I should make a video, like, just exclusively covering the soundtracks of this game. Just because, like... Oh my goodness, stop, please. There we go. Yeah, maybe I should just make one exclusively covering the soundtrack for this game. That'd be cool, maybe. Make some good content. Did I just go through that? Is that... Not sure if there's supposed to be no collision there, but is there supposed to be no collision there? There's no way. Eh, whatever. It's fine. It's cool. It's alright. After I beat this game, I'm gonna go get some water, because my throat's actually getting really sore. I'll go get them. I'll go get... Well, I guess I won't be able to while the credits are scrolling, because I can just skip the credits, I think. Or maybe I can't, I don't know. I didn't try to skip the credits, because the last time I played this game, I wanted to watch the little animation at the end. I like the animation at the end of this game's credits. I think all the animations added by Sonic Origins are cool. It's really nice that... Despite Sonic Origins not being like a super great collection of the Sonic games, like, the one thing that they did get right was those animations. Like, those animations are just so much fun to watch. Although I think I do prefer, like, I still prefer, like, the original animations, like the one for Sonic CD. Like, I prefer that style more, honestly. Because, like, that one's like an action-packed little, like, introduction to the game. Shows, like, Sonic going really fast. I don't know why, but the last time I watched the Japanese intro for this game, I thought that, like, this song that plays in the background of the Japanese intro, I think it's called You Can Do Anything, maybe. I thought it was, like, sung in Japanese for some reason. I didn't think it was, like, an American. I didn't think it was sung in English. I thought it was Japanese for some reason. I guess, unless you have, like, the lyrics in front of you, it's a little bit hard to make out what they're saying, I guess. Ugh. I kind of hate time traveling in this game. Like, unless there's, like, a specific objective, like, destroying those enemy spawners, there really, like, is no point to time travel. It's cool to see different versions of the zones, but, like, eventually that kind of outstays its welcome, and eventually it's just kind of annoying. Because, like, you'll just randomly be warped to the past or future at a certain point. It almost makes me wish I was in the later zones, just because it's a lot harder to time travel in those zones. There we go. Alright. Collision Chaos Future. Bad future. Oh, there's Eggman right there. I've never noticed that. Or, well, actually, I think I have, but only like once. I completely forgot that he's right there. So it's not that I don't like this boss. I think it's kind of clever. But at the same time, like, it's really frustrating to try and get to Eggman up here. Sometimes you get lucky and you do it in like 5 seconds, like I'm about to do. Yep. But like other times it takes like forever. Maybe at the rate I'm going, I'll be able to beat Sonic 3 and Knuckles before the end of this stream. Don't know though. I mean, I'm already on Title Tempest, so I know I'm gonna beat this game in like an hour, so. And Sonic 2 probably will only take me an hour as well. Sonic 2 does not take me long at all. It's really fast-paced for me. Considering you, like, rip through, like, 9 zones in an hour, that's probably why I like it so much, because, like, you just shred through the game in, like, an hour, and it feels like you're actually covering some ground, unlike some of the older Sonic games. Like, more specifically, the first Sonic game. The first Sonic game is just awful. I'm sorry. Like, I just do not understand why people like it. It's not that fun. I mean, if you like it, fine, but, like, you know, it's not the best. I occasionally come back to it just for nostalgia's sake, but, like, other than that, like, I have no reason to ever come back to Sonic 1. I honestly don't even know why I replay it for nostalgia. It really is not that good. But enough ripping on Sonic 1. I think I've done that enough. I almost do it too much, honestly. Alright, Zone 2. There's another game that I hear YouTubers rip on a ton, and that's Balan Wonderworld. I've actually never heard of that game. I've never seen footage of it or anything really. I'm actually becoming a little curious to see what it's like. I think I watched a trailer for it. It doesn't look super bad, I don't think. Or at least the first like 5 seconds of the trailer. Doesn't look too bad. To me at least. Although to be fair, I don't really know what the game's trying to be. Like, I don't really understand what the game even is, really. Like, is it like a is it like a platformer? Is it an RPG? I don't really know. Again, I've only seen like the first 5 seconds of a trailer of the game that I'm not even 100% sure is like the original trailer for the game, so. Oh, that was an accident. You know what? I'll get 1 time stone just for good measure. 1. Just because I accidentally popped through that portal. That was not intentional. Honestly, I like some of the special stages themselves, but like the act of getting to a special stage just feels kind of like, why? Because like unless you're like really good at Sonic, you kind of have to slow down and make sure you don't lose any rings to ensure you get to a special stage. So it just feels like, if anything, trying to get to a special stage just kind of slows down gameplay. Oh yay, I got 1 coin. Hurrah. You know, I've already bought, like, I bought, like, all the stuff in the museum in, like, 2 days. So I don't even understand what the point of the coins is at this point. Like, I have all the museum stuff. I have all the stuff that I can actually spend coins on. Like, what do I use it for now? I'm sure there's something you can use it for, but I just haven't found it yet. And Gaudy. Oh, there's the... I never understood why this boss is supposed to be difficult. Like, yes, he shoots things at you, but, like, he surrounds himself with, like, a shield of bubbles. It, like, almost seems kind of idiotic on Eggman's part. Like, why would he do this? Like, let's help Sonic while trying to shoot him. I would almost say it would be better to not have the shield at all. Like, it's more of a minor annoyance more than anything. Like, instead, make him take hits, and, like, instead, don't get close to Sonic, and then try to shoot him. And then those moments when you get close to him, that's when he has a chance to hit him. But you have to hit him multiple times. Him having a shield just never really made sense to me. I don't know. Maybe bubble shields are actually secretly more protective than force fields. I don't know. Alright, Quartz Quadrant. Oh, I don't know why. I always really loved this zone. Just like, it just looks really nice to me. I don't know. Looks really cool. And the music for the American version of it is just... it's awesome. Currently the Japanese soundtrack is playing, I think. But like the American version soundtrack for this song is just really good. The American version song for Tidal Tempest is also really good. I guess all things considered, the The song for Title Tempest, American version and Japanese version, kind of sound like pretty similar, but I still prefer the American version. The American version has some really cool voice samples that make it sound really cool. So I think the Sega CD, like in general, was just a cool idea. I think it's kind of a shame that it was a commercial failure. Don't really understand why it was a commercial failure. Seems kind of like, you know, like why did this fail? Like, I mean, I don't know if CD players were like really common back then, but I mean, I know CDs were a thing back then, but like, you know. I never understood why people don't just like why they didn't just make consoles have CD players in the first place, like just as like an included thing. Because like I thought even back then, I thought like CDs had a ton more storage than their tiny little cartridges. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe CDs back then only had like 4 megabytes of space. If so, though, that's kind of ridiculous. It's kind of one of those things where it kind of feels like why didn't anyone think of doing this before? Like why didn't we use CDs? Like CDs are awesome. I love CDs. I still use CDs. I still play. I don't think anybody really has them anymore. Does anybody remember like the old like PC games they had to use like a CD-ROM to play? I remember those. I mean, I'm a little bit like I'm a little young to remember like them actually like being used frequently, but I have some. Like I know what they are. I bet like if you ask someone, they would think that like if you're PC gaming, then like you have to be kind of all digital. Well, no. In fact, I'm pretty sure they still sell CD-ROMs for old, like for newer games. I remember Epic Mickey Rebrushed. I think Epic Mickey Rebrushed had a CD-ROM, but only in like Europe or something. I do not remember the boss being this hard. I always remember this boss being really easy. Why is it so difficult for me? There we go. There we go. Please explode, Eggman. Yes, there we go. Ooh, boom shakalaka. Boom shakalaka. Boom shakalaka. I don't know. The way this is going, the stream might have to be like every Sonic game except Sonic 3. Like I know the older Sonic games only take me like an hour, but Sonic 3 and Knuckles takes ages. So I don't know. Wacky workbench. I think the real way, like, I think the way you're supposed to beat Wacky Workbench is you're supposed to stay on these platforms, like, at all times. So that you don't get, like, yeeted 1,000 feet up in the air every time you step on the ground. I think that's the point. There we go. So, like, after you stand on these platforms. Some of them are spinning and some of them aren't. I never really understood, like, why. Like, why don't they just have them like either all spinning or all not spinning? Like, why do some of them spin? It just kind of catches you off guard, and then like, yeah. Don't understand why the spin needs to be there. I mean, I guess it's fine. Maybe they didn't know about like seizures back then, but like having all these flashing lights in this stage kind of seems a little bit inconsiderate. Considering, like, a lot of people who were, like, prone to epilepsy, I think it's called, back then probably played Sonic games, then they played this one, and it's like... How much you want to bet that there was, like, at least one lawsuit over someone getting, like, epilepsy, and there was no warning? Or whatever the thing's called. I know what it is, I just can't remember what it's called. Like, I know, like, whenever you open up, like, a Wii game, whenever you, like, power on the Wii, it says, like, some flashing lights and patterns may make... Like, I can't remember. It's like, consult your doctor before playing, and there's, like, something that it can give you. It was never really an issue for me. You know what would be nice? Is if in past, or even in good future of this level, it didn't have the floor of death. That would be nice. Yeah, let's just, or maybe just remove the floor. Make it a bottomless pit. Yeah, that would make perfect sense. And it's like, guess what, guys? We removed the floor of doom and replaced it with something worse. Oh, that'd be awful. But that should be like a mod, just because funny. And like YouTube challenges and stuff. Just replace the entire floor with like a bottomless pit. I can't remember exactly what the Japanese version of this Wacky Workbench sounds like, but I always remember the American version of this song is way better. See, those things are cool. Why can't all the crushed deaths look like that? Like why can't all the crushed deaths look as cool as that? Wait, hold on. Wasn't I just in the past? Yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna think about it that much. I'll check the stream later. Oh, man. Wacky Workbench Act 3. Never really made sense to me why there has to be like this tiny annoying level portion just that really does not serve any purpose before the boss. I mean, I guess it's fine, but like, you know, just feels like it's kind of just there. I think technically you only have to hit this boss once to defeat him. Oh. Ooh, that would have been bad. I've got to jump. Okay. I see how it's gonna be. I see how it is. Get heated. was dumb. Oh, he snacks me. Alright, don't forget to jump this time. There we go. Alright, you know what? I can't take this anymore. I'm gonna go get a drink of water. I'll be right back. All right, you know what? I'm getting a little tired. I think I'm gonna call it out for the night. I've played for 2 hours. I think that's like longer than any other live stream I've done. So yeah, I think that'll be it for the night. Um, I don't think I'll do another stream finishing this run uh, just because like it's not really like a challenge or anything like that, or like a grind. This was just really an equipment test. I tested the equipment. It works. I think I'm good for the night. So yeah, see ya for now. Goodbye. My Sonic Blast video should be out pretty soon. See ya.